These are the 5 things that I wish I knew when I started going to the gym. Make sure to stick around. After doing number 5 is when I started seeing most of my gains. When you first start going to the gym, it can be really exciting. Not only do you start feeling really good about yourself because you are improving yourself, but you also get the added benefit of getting in those newbie gains. However, in order to maximize your growth, you want to make sure to implement these 5 tips in order to get the best results. Tip number 1, diet is everything. Without a good diet, going to the gym is useless. And honestly, if you had to pick between a good diet and going to the gym, you're probably better off having a good diet, depending on your goal, of course. A big mistake I see is a lot of people overcomplicate it. Sure, down the road, it's great to optimize your diet. However, in the beginning, don't confuse yourself. Focus on the 2 main things. Either put yourself in a caloric deficit or surplus and get enough protein in. Make sure that you're sticking to it daily. Another big mistake people do is they'll have big cheat days at the end of the week. Now, these are not figures that you should be following. These are just for example. But let's say you're in a calorie deficit at 2,500 calories per day. At the end of the week, your total calories will be 17,500. Now, let's say you go hard on the weekend and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you have an extra 1,000 calories per day or 3,000 total. That will bring your total calories up to 20,500, meaning that technically it would be as good as having 3,000 calories a day, 500 over what you need for your deficit, resulting in you not getting the weight loss that you desire. There's some great apps you can use to track your diet. I will talk about these later on in the video. The second thing I wish I knew when I started out, you need 2 apps or programs to make your life a heck of a lot simpler. The first app or program is a structured workout routine. A good workout program or app should include the following. It should incorporate progressive overload. More on that later in the video. A good app is motivating as you can track your progress and see how much you grow. When I started going to the gym, I used a few different apps, but I settled on the Beastly app. This is honestly the best app that I could find. Not only does it track your macros, but it also gives you a structured routine, tracks your body weight, your progress, and gives you access to a group of people who also like to hit the gym. Another great program is Pain-Free Bodybuilding. I like this one because it's not just about hitting the weight. It also incorporates mobility into it as well, helping you stay injury free. And the guy who runs it is also a physiotherapist, so he really knows what he's talking about. The other option is just to get an app that tracks your weight and reps. You can use a piece of paper for this too if you want, but personally, I'd rather a structured routine, but some of you may want to go with this option. The second app you need is one to track your macros. This will make sure that you're maintaining a calorie surplus or deficit, as well as getting your proper protein intake in for the day. 2 apps that I recommend are the Beastly app, which I already mentioned earlier, or the MyFitnessPal app. They are both good. The Under Armour app might have a bit more features. I honestly haven't used it in a couple years, as the Beastly app had everything that I needed, so I stopped paying my subscription to MyFitnessPal. Side note, it's really hard to judge portion sizes. Obviously, it's better to track than not to track at all, but if you can, I'd get a scale. This helps a lot in making sure you're eating the correct amount of food. Point number 3 is progressive overload is king. Progressive overload is basically increasing the number of reps or the weight you're doing each week to put more strain on your muscles. The reason I say it's king is because it's the cornerstone to muscle growth. It constantly increases the stress that you put on a muscle, which prompts it to grow. It is also motivating, as every week you see that rep or weight increase, which pushes you to do more. Tip number 4 is don't forget to deload. I probably went 6 to 8 months without doing a single deload. I was so excited when I started seeing results that I just kept pushing and pushing myself. Eventually, this led to me feeling pretty shitty and a massive plateau. That's when I started to read about deloading. Basically what a deload is, you decrease the weight and the reps that you do in order to give your body a little bit of a break. This helps you prevent overtraining and actually helps promote muscle growth. Your muscles grow and repair during rest periods, not during the actual workout. Deloading provides the time they need to recover, heal, and strengthen. Typically, my deload consists of lifting 50 to 70% of the weight that I normally would and decreasing my reps in half as well. Lastly, you need to be taking creatine. It is the most studied supplement out there and is very safe to use. If you're concerned, go talk to your doctor first, but it should be fine. I'm not going to go too in depth with it. Basically, what you need to know is that it improves how much you can lift, and it also brings more water into your muscles, which makes you look jacked as hell. I hope these tips help you as much as they help me. Subscribe to see more content on self-improvement.